Some things Japan has figured out about the home are so simple and clever that the moment you hear them, you immediately wonder why the rest of the world hasn't caught on. A rule about flat surfaces that means you never wipe the same counter twice. A nightly habit that takes 5 minutes and means your morning never starts in a mess. A storage system so smart, things almost put themselves away. Japan didn't just find better ways to clean, it built homes where cleaning is barely needed at all. Today, we're counting down 15 Japanese home habits that make cleaning almost unnecessary. Stay until the end because number one isn't a cleaning habit. It's the idea that makes every other one on this list actually work. Number 15. Open your windows every morning. Here's something most people never think about. Your home traps moisture every single night, from cooking, from showers, from just breathing while you sleep. That moisture clings to walls, it feeds mold, it makes surfaces dirtier, faster. In most homes across the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, windows stay closed almost year round, and that moisture just stays. Here's what most people don't realize. In Japan, opening every window first thing in the morning is as automatic as making coffee. Just 90 seconds, every room, every day. That short burst of fresh air pushes out the built up humidity from overnight. It removes the conditions that make your home smell stale and surfaces get grimy faster. Japan's summers are far more humid than most Western countries. This habit started as survival, but it works anywhere. Now think about that. You're not adding a cleaning step. You're removing what makes cleaning necessary in the first place. We spend money on air fresheners, mold sprays, and dehumidifiers. Japan just opens a window. The cleanest homes in Japan don't smell like cleaning products. They smell like nothing, and that's the whole point. Number 14. Change what cleaning means to you. This one has no product, no tool, no technique, but it might be the most powerful shift on this entire list. In most Western countries, cleaning is a chore. Something you dread, something you delay, something you do only when you can't ignore it anymore. That mindset guarantees one thing: the mess always wins. That's where things get interesting. In Japan, cleaning isn't maintenance, it's respect. Respect for your home, for the people in it, for the things you own. That one shift changes everything. When you clean out of care instead of obligation, you do it in small bursts, before the mess builds, before it becomes a problem. In Japan, kids as young as 6 clean their own classrooms every single day, not as punishment, as part of the routine. Those habits come home with them. In the West, we wait until we're forced to clean. In Japan, the question, do I have to, doesn't even come up. When cleaning feels like care, it stops feeling like work. That's not a mindset trick. That's a behavior pattern that follows you for life. Number 13. Stop free things at the door. Quick question. When was the last time something free made your home messier? A tote bag from a store? A product sample in the mail? A gift you don't love but feel too guilty to toss? None of it felt like clutter when it showed up. But it is. And it adds up fast. But wait! Japanese homes run on a filter most Western homes don't have. Before anything crosses the threshold, it needs a real purpose and a real place. No purpose, no place. It doesn't come in. The average American home holds around 300,000 items. Most of them were never bought. They just drifted in. Now think about that. Every item that enters without a purpose ends up on a surface, or a shelf, or a floor you'll have to clean around. In the West, free feels like a win. In Japan, free is a cost, paid daily in space and cleaning time. The cleanest homes aren't decluttered the most often. They're the ones that never let the clutter through the door. Number 12. Always clean top to bottom. This sounds obvious. Most people assume they already do it. Most don't. Here's what actually happens. You wipe the counter. Then you dust the shelf above it. The dust falls. The counter is dirty again. You just cleaned the same surface twice. But here's the interesting part. In Japan, cleaning always follows one sequence. Top to bottom. Inside to outside. High shelves first, then counters, then floors last, every single time. No exceptions. This isn't a preference, it's physics. Dust and crumbs fall downward. Gravity does the work if you follow it. Japanese children learn this sequence in school as the standard method. Not a tip. The method. Follow the right order and you spend noticeably less time cleaning. Not by rushing, just by not repeating yourself. Start at the top. Work down, do it once, move on. Number 11. Keep the floor clear. Always. Walk through a typical home in the West and you'll find the same scene. Shoes near the door, but not in a rack. A bag dropped by the couch. A pile of clothes on the floor waiting for later. It doesn't feel like a big deal until you try to clean. This is where everything changes. Every object on the floor adds 4 steps to your cleaning routine. Pick it up, move it, clean beneath it, put it back. 4 steps for every single item before you've even started. In Japan, the floor is not a drop zone. Every item has a home that isn't the floor. Hooks at the door, trays for shoes, shelves right where you'd otherwise drop things. The home is designed so that putting something away is easier than dropping it. So the floor stays clear without extra effort. A clear floor takes 60 seconds to sweep. A floor covered in stuff takes 20 minutes. One design decision, completely different outcome. Number 10, keep every flat surface empty. You've probably done this before. Wiped down the kitchen counter, turned around, and 2 minutes later, something's already on it again. Flat surfaces collect stuff the way drains collect water. Counters, tables, desks, tops of dressers. They fill up without anyone meaning to fill them. This is where it gets fascinating. In Japan, flat surfaces are not storage. An empty surface takes 10 seconds to wipe. A covered one can take 10 minutes, and that's if you bother at all. Science backs this up too. Research shows cluttered surfaces raise cortisol and the stress hormone. Just looking at a messy counter creates low-level tension in your brain every time you see it. A typical Japanese kitchen might have one kettle on the counter. Everything else lives inside a cabinet. In Western homes, the counter is where things live. In Japanese homes, the counter is where things happen, then get cleared. The surface that's always clear is always clean, not minimalism. Just smart maintenance. If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever, everyday innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones are even cooler. Number 9, clean while you cook. Ask almost anyone in the West when they clean the kitchen. The answer is always the same: after dinner. By that point, everything has dried out, hardened, and stuck. Cleanup becomes a project. The real surprise comes next. In Japanese households, cleaning happens during cooking, not after. While something simmers, the cutting board gets rinsed. While a dish goes in the oven, the prep bowls get washed. By the time food hits the table, the kitchen is already 80% clean. Here's the fact that makes this click. A warm pan wipes clean in 5 seconds. A cold pan takes 5 minutes of scrubbing. Same pan. Completely different amount of work, just based on timing. People who cook this way consistently report their kitchen almost cleans itself. Not by being faster, by being earlier. In the West, we dread cleanup because we saved it all for the end. In Japan, there's almost nothing left because it was handled along the way. The hardest mess you'll ever face is the one you decided to leave for later. Clean while you cook. The kitchen takes care of itself. Number 8. Store everything so you can see it. Open a drawer in most Western homes and here's what you find. Clothes stacked in piles. Items buried under other items. Anything at the bottom, gone, forgotten. Forgotten means you buy it again. More stuff, more clutter, more mess. But wait, Japanese homes store things vertically. Clothes stand upright in drawers, like books on a shelf. Pantry items sit in a single row facing forward. Nothing hides behind anything else. When you can see everything you own, you use everything you own. Nothing gets lost, nothing gets doubled up. And suddenly, nothing feels the same. When you can find what you need in 3 seconds, you don't rummage. When you don't rummage, the drawer stays organized. If it's hidden, it costs you. If you can see it, it works for you. Stand things up. The whole storage system gets easier overnight. Number 7. Use matching containers everywhere. Open a pantry in most Western homes, and you'll see chaos. Different containers, different shapes, different sizes. Even when it's technically organized, it doesn't feel like it. Here's the problem nobody names. When putting something away means finding the right lid and the right shelf, most people just leave it out. The surface fills up, the mess builds. It all comes down to one thing. Japanese homes standardize containers. One style of jar for dry goods, one box type for shelves, uniform bins and closets. When everything is the same shape, everything stacks perfectly. No searching, no mismatched lids. Putting things away becomes effortless. The more small decisions a task requires, the less likely you are to do it. That's just how the brain works. Matching containers remove those decisions completely. Organization stops being something you think about. It just happens. One container type, one system, no more excuses to leave things out. Number 6, never fill your storage all the way. This goes against everything most people believe about storage. In the West, we try to use every inch, pack every shelf, fill every drawer, cram every closet. But wait, when storage is completely full, nothing can go back in quickly. So it lands on a counter instead. The counter fills up. The mess starts. Full storage doesn't solve clutter. It causes it. Japanese homes deliberately leave about 20% of every storage space empty. A drawer that's 80% full, a shelf with breathing room at the end. That gap isn't wasted space. That gap is what makes the whole system work. When there's room in the drawer, things go back easily. When the shelf isn't packed tight, you can find things without pulling everything out. Now think about that. In the West, we buy more storage to solve the overflow problem. In Japan, they simply put less in the storage they already have. Leave 20% empty? That 20% does more work than the other 80. Number 5, put things back the moment you're done. Every single mess started the same way. One thing, left out, just for a minute. The scissors on the counter, the jacket on the back of the chair, the charger sitting on the floor. One item becomes 3. 3 becomes a pile. A pile becomes an hour of cleaning you didn't plan for. Looking closer reveals. In Japanese homes, the rule is simple. The moment you finish using something, it goes back. Not soon, not after dinner, right now. This habit runs so deep that leaving something out feels wrong. Not just untidy, actually wrong. Think about a household of 4 people using this rule. Their entire home resets in 5 minutes every evening. Now think about that. Putting something away in the moment costs 10 seconds. Putting it away later, after 5 other things joined it, costs 30 minutes. In the West, I'll deal with it later is the default setting. In Japan, there is no later. Every mess is just a series of 10-second decisions that didn't get made. Make the decision now. The mess never gets the chance to start. Number 4, go paperless before paper piles up. Paper clutter is the sneakiest mess in any home. Bills, school forms, instruction manuals, warranty cards. No category of stuff multiplies faster. No category gets sorted less. Most of the paper people file away is never looked at again. Not once. But people keep it anyway, because throwing it out feels risky. It's all part of a bigger pattern. Japanese households solve this problem completely. Every document gets scanned the day it arrives, stored on a phone or computer. Searchable in seconds. Then the paper goes straight in the bin. Appliance manuals, photographed and tossed. Receipts and warranties, stored in a digital folder. School notices, scanned and gone before they hit the counter. Here's the aha moment. You aren't keeping paper because you need the paper. You're keeping it because you need the information inside it. Those are 2 completely different things. The information lives on your phone. The paper just lives on your counter collecting dust. Scan it today, keep the data, let the paper go. Number 3, only keep what earns its place. The average home in the US, UK, Canada, or Australia holds around 300,000 items. 300,000. Most weren't chosen carefully. A gift that wasn't quite right, kept anyway. A gadget bought for one recipe, used once, shoved in a drawer. Clothes that haven't been worn in 2 years but feel too good to donate. They accumulate, quietly, without permission. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Japanese homes apply one continuous filter. Every item has to earn its place, through regular use, genuine joy, or a clear and real purpose. This isn't a big annual declutter event. It's an ongoing relationship with what you own. A couple in Japan does a quiet 10-minute walkthrough every few months. No dramatic overhaul. Just one question for anything they notice. Does this still belong here? Their home never needs a deep clean, because it never accumulates what it doesn't need. In the West, we hold on until we're forced to let go. In Japan, the question is always whether something deserves to stay. You don't have to declutter if clutter never gets to build in the first place. Ownership is a choice. Start making it an active one. Number 2, reset your home. Every night in 5 minutes. Think about how most mornings start in the West. Dishes still in the sink, something on the counter that wasn't there yesterday, a bag on the floor, surfaces covered in last night's leftovers, and the day begins already behind. That feeling carries through everything. That's where things get interesting. Japanese households do one simple thing before bed every single night. Just 5 minutes. Every surface gets cleared. Every item goes back to its place. The home returns to its starting state. Not deep cleaned, just reset. Picture a single mother setting a 5-minute timer at 9:30 every night. Her kids each have their own reset zones. By 9:35, if the home is quiet, clear, and ready for tomorrow. She calls it the gift she gives her morning self. 5 minutes at night can replace a serious chunk of weekend scrambling. That's real time back, every single week. In the West, we clean when we're forced to. In Japan, they reset before bed, so they never have to be forced. A calm morning isn't about motivation. It's about what happened at 9:30 the night before. Number 1, design your home so it stays clean on its own. Every habit on this list has been a tip, a rule, a system. But number 1 is different. It's not a cleaning habit. It's the reason all 14 habits before it actually stick. Here's what nobody says out loud. Most Western homes are designed, without anyone planning it, to produce mess. No obvious place to set things down after using them. Flat surfaces with nothing stopping clutter from landing on them. Drawers so full that putting things back takes real effort. The home fights against order. So disorder wins. But here's the interesting part. Japanese homes are designed to work in the opposite direction. Every item has a designated spot, and that spot is the easiest place to reach. Hooks right at the door, surfaces with nothing on them. Storage with room so things go back without a fight. Tidiness isn't the goal, it's the default. It's not willpower, it's not discipline. It's not a personality trait some people have and others don't. It's design. And that's where everything shifts. Behavioral scientists have known this for decades. Your environment shapes what you do far more reliably than your intentions do. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Japanese homes don't stay clean because the people inside them try harder. They stay clean because the homes themselves make disorder more difficult than order. That's not a cleaning tip. That's a complete rethink of what a home is supposed to do. Stop fighting your home, redesign it, then watch it take care of itself. If you want to keep discovering the smartest ideas Japan has to offer, hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the next video on your screen. It's loaded with even more jaw-dropping ideas you won't believe exist.